guys, I am Pixel Dan, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Marvel Legends San Diego Comic-Con 2019 exclusive, The Collector and the Grandmaster. That is right, my friends. Special thanks to the folks over at Hasbro for sending this along so we can get a good look at it ahead of the show. Let's start with the packaging. So as you can see, we got this great kind of round window box packaging with the Grandmaster on one side and the Collector on the other, with their respective movie names, Guardians of the Galaxy and Thor Ragnarok underneath that. Incredible stuff here. Two characters who I know I personally adored, especially the Grandmaster, and was hoping that we would see in Marvel Legends form. And we do have the Grandmaster, of course, coming out in the 2-packs in the stores, but it looks like our San Diego Comic-Con version here, of course, is going to have some differences. Look at that melting stick and the little puddle of goo. That's amazing. But also with this packaging, we've got this little Velcro here that allows you to fold the packaging open. We got the movie posters on the back side there. And then, of course, that allows you to display this in the packaging if you want. And I apologize for my studio lights. This round packaging is really not working good for those. It's kind of reflecting on there pretty bad. But as you can see, there's some really nice backgrounds and everything. Like, you got the collector's collection behind him. Cosmo's over here. That's pretty great. And then we've got, look, the Grandmaster's chair and everything back there. So really good stuff with the packaging. But we're going to go ahead and open this up and get a closer look at the figures within. All right, we got these two cool cats out of their box, so we can jump in and take a closer look at them. Of course, the Marvel Legends line is in the 6-inch scale. You can see these guys do stand just a tad above that, though, of course. And man, they just look incredible. So both of these characters are pretty amazing in the films, right? Like, I loved both of the portrayals of these characters. We got an amazing Del Toro likeness, an amazing Jeff Goldblum likeness. Let's go ahead and start by focusing on the Grandmaster here, because he is being released in the 80th anniversary 2-packs with Korg. So a lot of folks I know are already getting this guy. I believe the figure itself is the same as the one that's coming in those 2-packs, with the exception of the head sculpt, because this one has a much smilier Goldblum face. And actually, I really like that. I think that's perfect for this particular character, having the smile there with the really unique blue makeup stripe right there under his lip. All in all, I love the head sculpt. I think it looks really, really great. But the design of the character just really does translate very well to action figure form. He wears such a crazy, wild, colorful outfit, and I love seeing all of the details captured here in Hasbro's sculpted details. He's wearing like this crazy robe where you can see he's only got the one sleeve kind of hanging down over here. The robe is a separate piece. It's actually a much softer plastic. However, the robed arm over here with a sleeve, that is done by having that arm sculpted. So that does make some weird differences between the articulation of the two arms. So I'll show you that here in just a bit. The robe, you can see, is actually removable. We can actually unfasten the little peg there in the front to see his sweet, sweet pants that go all the way up to his chest. But, you know, so you can probably pop this off even if you want to. In fact, let's go ahead and do that. Let me just pull the robe off here. Hey, there we go. Okay, so robe is off. This is what we're left with for our figure. So since we've got him derobed, why don't we go ahead and go over those articulation points. So you can see he's got that hinge there at the neck. The head actually does sit really high on the neck. I think the collar hides that a little bit. It's not, I didn't really notice it until just now, but yeah, look how long the neck is with the head sitting on top of it there. But, you know, great range of motion. I mean, that looks weird, but you can bend his neck way down there, swivel it left and right. You know, the joints on the shoulders, a lot of the arms will go outwards, forwards, backwards. This is where things are a little different. So on the arm that doesn't have the robe sleeve, you can see he's got the bicep cut as well as the double jointed elbow. Whereas over here, we don't have a bicep cut and we have just the single jointed elbow that has the swivel. So it's really weird because, like, he can't bend this arm up as high as this arm. This is just because of the way they opted to sculpt the two, which is why we've got the two different arms for the different articulation points. So it's just something interesting worth noting. However, the wrists do swivel and have the hinge joint on both arms there. So the torso, the pants come way up to like his midsection, and that's where the joint is. Looks like it's a ball joint there, so that can roll around his torso a bit there and swivel it side to side as well. Then we've got those ball-like hinges at the thighs, so good range of motion there. These do just look like the suit pants that we've seen. In fact, I think they're the same pants that are on the Collector. I'll look at that again in just a second. Then you can see the ball joints at his ankles there, his exposed ankles. So you can swivel those, you can rock the joints up and down. He is wearing some seriously rad sandals with the painted blue toenails. Amazing details on this guy. I love it. So with his robe back on, I feel it's worth mentioning, like, it's very matte finish on this gold. You know, it's not like a shiny gold at all. There is some textures sculpted in there, but one of the things I really like is on the back of the robe here, because it's slightly longer than his legs, so you can see the way they've sculpted to lay perfectly on the ground as if it's like kind of folded and like trailing behind him, and I thought that was a really nice touch. That is just a really, really great bit of sculpted detail there on the plastic robe. So for his accessory, our Grandmaster comes with his melting stick, as seen in the film. Again, I believe this also comes with the regular release of the Grandmaster. Actually, I don't have that pack with Korg yet. I really need to get it because I love Korg. Yeah, so we can get him holding onto it. He can actually hold onto it with two hands pretty well. I didn't even notice. Like, I love the little like pinky ring he's got there. Of course, his fingernails are painted blue too. Seriously, the details on this guy are fantastic. So to go along with the melting stick, as I pointed out in the package, he's also got like this bubbly puddle of blue metallic goo from melting, you know, poor people who come in contact with the Grandmaster and his melting stick. This is like a hollowed out plastic, and it's like really pliable and bendy, but this is just something that's gonna sit on the ground, so it's totally fine for what it is. It's a fun little extra detail with a San Diego set for sure. Okay, so that's gonna bring us over to the Collector. Man, again, they nailed all the details of the wacky outfit here. I mean, look at like this crazy black and white striped fur cape thing that he's wearing. He's kind of got this sleeve thing going on too, man. They definitely get their fashion from the same place. I do know they're part of the same race too, right? I know that's one of those things that I didn't know before the movies, but I've looked it up and I know that they come from the same kind of a race or group there. But I love their fashion sense is very similar. You can tell that just by looking at the details in the sculpts there. Oh, and here, while I've got them side by side, it does look like the legs are probably the same between the two using just the suit legs. But that's totally fine. Of course, it works really well with the characters there. But great unique sculpting up here to get all of the amazing details in the weird outfit that the Collector is wearing. The cape is pretty good. It's a bit pliable. It's not quite as pliable as the robe that we saw on the Grandmaster. There's a peg you can see right here on the back that just plugs in to like the middle of his back there, just like that. That's what keeps it on, and then it drapes over the shoulder over here, and actually works really nice. I like that quite a bit. And of course, that head sculpt is fantastic. We got a great Del Toro likeness here, and I love the expression on his face. It's just so perfect for the way we see the character in the movie so much. I love it. That wacky hair. Everything about this is really, really great. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about articulation with this guy real quick, and then he's got some extra things that we can show you as well. And I'll go ahead and pull the cape off so we can get a good, solid look here. The heads, you can see he doesn't have quite as long of a neck as Grandmaster did, but articulation functions the same. You got that hinge, so he can look way down, he can look way up, you can rotate side to side, roll it around there. It's really nice. You got those same like ball hinge joints there at the shoulders. Arms can go forwards and backwards. Hey, they did the exact same thing here. Look at that. So they got the double joint elbow over here in the bicep, but then with the sculpted sleeve, they went a little different with the swivel there at the elbow. So it's the exact same thing. Hinge joints and all. The articulation is like pretty much exactly the same, it seems like, between these figures. Functions really, really well. Nice tight joints on these guys, so I like that quite a bit. All right, one thing that our Collector has that our Grandmaster did not is an interchangeable head. So we can actually just pop the head right off the little ball joint there at the top of the neck. It was real easy to pop that off, but still it's a nice solid hold. And in its place, we can pop on the head that's got the weird goggle sunglass things that we saw him wearing. So both of the sculpts are great. They really look like the same facial expression. They've just got the goggles on over the eyes on on that one, but it's cool having that extra little piece there that we can add to the character. And he also comes with the little orb from Guardians of the Galaxy that houses our Infinity Stone. His hands are not really molded to hold this, so it's there, but it's not really an accessory that you're gonna get in his hand very well, unfortunately. So there you go, my friends. There is a look at the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Grandmaster and the Collector 2-pack, part of Hasbro's Marvel Legends toy line. I think this is a really great figure set for an exclusive. You know, we've got a chance to get the Grandmaster at retail, so this one's only slightly different there. The Collector is a really great eclectic character, and I love that Hasbro's like going back to the movies with a lot of these 80th anniversary lines, and really doing the characters proper, getting all of the details in the costumes. You know, a lot of things like that totally get missed when they do initial waves from the movies, and then we miss out on characters like this who become like big fan favorites and beloved characters. So it's really cool like going back and grabbing these and really properly adding them to the Marvel Legends collection for fans of the characters and the films. So I got to give a very special thanks once again to the folks over at Hasbro for sending this along, allowing me to open it up ahead of the show and get a good look at it. These will be available at San Diego Comic-Con, but will also be available after the show on Hasbro Pulse. They should be releasing details on that as we get closer. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, leave me a comment to let me know what you think, and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, my friends.